So guys, welcome back to the best technical analysis you're going to find out there. I am once again the only fucking person to call this shit. So 3 days ago I told you what, the Bitcoin bull wave is almost over prediction. And I had people telling me in the comments of my video, this is going to age like milk. Well, fuck you, okay, because the video ages perfectly. Listen to exactly what I had to say here. I think we're gonna shoot higher one last time, I think, okay? It's going to be very close to maybe the all-time high at 64,900, okay? The all-time high is 64,900. And then, let's go here, 336, I think. This is where you want to look to start shorting potentially. Okay, I'd say 64 to 66K is the end of this initial wave. Now, okay, if this is a wave, like I said, I'm not doing, Elliott waves here or anything like that. I'm just saying this is a wave. Then I expect some kind of, shit, I deleted that. Maybe something like, we pop off higher here, and maybe something like this, okay? Something that scares off a lot of people, a lot of paper hands, okay? So what do you notice? Exactly as I've shown you in that last video, I said, well, we're going to pop off higher one more time to the all-time high. 64 to 66K is likely going to be the top of this bull wave, and then we're going to get something to shake out paper hands. What do? We break through the bullish supporting trend line, and we just corrected exactly as I shown in that video, guys. It's kind of crazy, huh? So, yeah, drew it out exactly. I drew the future, okay? And so what's next? Well, don't listen to any other channel, okay? Because I'm the only channel who's going to tell you something that's actually going to be close to being correct, as I almost, very, very often am I correct. And very often of the channels that you watch, they suck ass. They're not even close to being a fraction as good as me. They're not even 100th as good as me. So what's next? Well, I want to bring to your attention, we've got all exponential moving averages about to cross over to the downside on the longer term period charts such as the 4-hour. It's already happened almost on the 3-hour. And it's happened already on the 2-hour. Now that's obviously a highly bearish sign. That means, okay, that we've pretty much confirmed a trend reversal here. And what does that mean? Well, we've set ourselves up for wave 2 here, in my opinion, right? This is the first wave, and this is the second wave. When I say that, remember, I'm not talking about Elliott waves. I'm just talking about, look, this is wave up, wave down. And so in a wave down, obviously, that's going to be a bearish setup. So the major support levels I'm looking out for right now is 58,500. I think we should get down to 58.6K. And if we can break that, I'm looking at a breakdown to 56,200 right here. So these are my two short-term bearish price targets, is 58.7 and 56.1. That being said, I think it's highly likely because you have to study the behavior and movement of this market. So yesterday, what do? We dump off, and guess what? Typically, when you dump off, they pump the dip, right? So come back to when we're in a bull trend. Look at this. They dump off, but look how quickly they pump it back up, right? Dump off, look how quickly they pump it back up. Look at this. Dump off, look how quickly they pump it back up. And so in a bull trend, when you get these massive dips, they're quickly halted, right? Let's go back and show you a couple more examples. Look at this, right? So look at what they do here. They dump it, and they quickly pump it. And the characteristic you have to pay attention to here is the speed at which it pumps. It pumps quickly. It usually doesn't stay down for too long, right? Like I said, the shorts, right? Yeah, they may succeed temporarily, but they're quickly, right? The drop is quickly halted. But what you notice here is, okay, for the first time we drop, and instead of pumping it back up quickly, right, as you've seen in all these examples I just shown you, right, the dips don't last long. They pump it back up quickly. Well, now what do we see? The behavior is shifting. So now when they dump it, no one's there to quickly pump it. Today, we dumped it, and no one's here to quickly pump it. Once again, look at the time frame here, okay? So you dumped. Look how long it took them. They were battling for about 23 hours here before the next move lower. Now, look here, right? On these dumps in the bull trend, Look how long these dumps last. They last for 15 minutes, right? So it dumps for 15 minutes, and they just quickly just pump it right back up, right? Look at this example here. You dump off for how long? You dump off for 2 hours, then it's already pumped right back up. Look at this example. You dump it for 3 hours, And guess what? The bulls quickly pump it back up. So what do you notice? Like I said, is the behavior is shifting, because now when we dump, it's just hovering around for 23 hours. It's hovering around already now on this dump for 12 hours. And so that is not a sign of strength. That is not what you want to see in a bull market. In a bull market, when they dump it, they should be quickly, or more quickly than what they're doing right now, is pumping it. Okay, so that's how you know this was a bullish trend, and this is now a confirmation of a bearish trend reversal here in the short term. So catch on to those behaviors. A lot of you just look at Yahoo Finance, or you check the value of your coins at the end of the day, and you just see Bitcoin's down a little, but you're not paying attention to these clues of the duration of these drops and how long it actually takes them to battle at the same level. Right here, you just battle. You don't pump up, right? When you're here, there is no battle. The bulls win easily. When you're here, it's a battle and it takes a while, which is not a strong sign if you're a bull, right? So that should make sense. Hopefully that makes sense. And so at this point, when you have major exponential moving averages about to cross over to really confirm this trend reversal even further, I do expect further downside here with a potential pop higher, right? Maybe to, we're currently sitting at 61,186. So, absolutely we could pop up maybe even up to 62,290, okay, before continuing lower. But that's basically what I'm getting here. Now, remember why I've been so bullish recently? Because look at the volume on this bull wave, right? You push up on extremely strong volume, and when you pull back, it's on very weak volume. Push up on extremely strong volume, when you pull back on extremely weak volume. What do we see about this trend breakthrough? We see a confirmation in bearish volume. Now the opposite has changed. The opposite has happened, right? So when we're going up, look, extremely bullish volume, very, very little bearish volume. Now the trend is confirming. Why? Because now we see, for the first time on this entire bull wave, we see a massive increase in sellers, which confirms the trend reversal. And on top of that, now we see the opposite happening, right? And now we see less buyers coming in, right? So we see massive sellers, a tiny bit of buyers coming in to kind of like a little dead cat bounce, and then after that the sellers step back in. So you see the little clues you have to pick up on to differentiate whether it's bull or bear. And right now, short term, this is bearish price action. So remember, the difference here is bullish volume on the way up with the bullish trend line. Here, you break through the trend line and confirm that with now the bearish volume. And so that's how you know that this is the beginning of a short-term correction. So we still do have further to go. And that's why my price targets are 58.6 and 56.1. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that makes sense. The clues you have to pick up on, right? If you're just looking at Yahoo Finance or the ending price at the end of the day, you're not picking up on the clues, which are going to tell you which direction this market's really going. And so for that reason, I remain, I guess I haven't made my video. I mean, we're short, so I didn't make a video the last 3 days on Bitcoin. But we are short now. We are bearish at this point. I already tried. We tried with our, we lost money here. Right here you can see. So we tried to long the dip right here. You see this massive dip to the trend line. So we tried to long this dip, and we ended up losing some money yesterday on trying to buy this dip. And then I even tried to buy this dip as well today. And we were profitable, but it ended up being basically like a break-even trade. So that's how I know to switch bearish. Why? Because I lost money trying to be buying the dip here on the end of the trend line, because you got to understand the trend is your friend until the end. And so if you follow the trend, how many times would you have won, right? We won so many times buying the dip here on this uptrend, right? So we won there, there. I mean, we won so many trades on this bullish run-up. So why would I change my strategy? When we got to the trend line, what did I do? I bought the dip. But that's the one time it failed me, right? So I won all these times, and I finally lost money this time on the dip. But that's okay, right? Because that's a winning strategy. You win, 6 trades, you lose 1. You got to take that. You know what I mean? So what do? I stick with my strategy. I try to buy the dip one more time today, and that just doesn't work out. And so at this point, I am, short-term bearish as a trader, Okay, because the forces are working to push the price down right now. And you feel that, right? You feel that, especially if you're a trader, right? Because, all these times we won buying the dip, and now 2 times I tried to buy the dip, I lost money. What does that tell you? The force is working to put pressure on price downwards. And so, once again, some of these things you only pick up on if you're actively day trading this. And so right now, all I expect is, yeah, it could bounce a little higher, but this price action's weak. We're not seeing enough volume come in here, and I do expect to dip further here in the short term. Remember, markets don't move down in a straight line. Expect bounces, but the mindset now is instead of buying the dip, you want to be shorting the bounces. If you do that, I think you got an extremely high probability for success, and that is my strategy in the short term in this market. Now, that being said, we are overall bullish. Overall, but short term we're definitely bearish at this point. So I'm not sure if we'll be buying the dip at 58 or 56K. You know the strategy as of now, but I will obviously keep you up to date if we get bullish down at these lower levels. But for now, short term bearish. So guys, drop a like on this video if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed. If you want to trade this with me, make sure to sign up at crashtrading.com. Remember, we're not going to win every single trade. Like I said, I just had a losing trade here in a break-even trade here, but look at all the wins, you know what I mean? So, guys, if you're interested in trading with me, make sure to sign up at crashtrading.com, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.